Fournette, a first down carry. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on second down, Murdoch. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully, mentally into this one.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go. 6-1. It's coming this way. Here we go. Check 99. Check 49. Check 49.
On second down now, Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They go play action now. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Murdoch into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Pollard going to try the right side. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check.
Here's Pollard. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Check Mike 39.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to throw. Murdoch. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
We own them. Hey, check 24.
2nd and 6. And that's incomplete. The tight end set to valve the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Jackson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, it's Pollard. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 2nd down, Pollard. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 53. Check 56. Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Let's go. He's cooking. Let's go. Right. Check.
Now Pollard. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson is going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down and 4, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he comes back with one complete.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson operating from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Justin Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
We're trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check.
Throwing again. Murdoch. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Charlie!
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
Look at me, zipper!
Mike's partner.
Operating from the gun, Murdoch. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On first down, Pollard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, and he rifles one incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Able to find Isabella. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Fournette. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here we go, here we go. 90, Wolf.
Night, sweetheart.
To throw on 3rd down. Murdoch. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On 2nd down now, Pollard. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now it's Jackson. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines.
At their own 33-yard line.
Ready?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Looking to throw. Murdoch complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Nielsen. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Ready, break.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. You remember me? You remember me?
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Back now in Jacksonville. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. To throw again is Jackson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 13-yard line.
Let's go now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On second down, here's Fournette. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4.
Matchbox lights. Get it.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Watch twitch. Watch the twitch.
Pilot, 64, weak.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Set. 10 logo.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
I'm coming for this. Hey, zoom.
From the gun, Murdoch. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Pollard, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Jackson. Got a man, Slayton. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
That's it, baby. We got
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Cowboys, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.